GTA 6 is easily the most anticipated game, not just of the most recent years, but quite easily the most anticipated game of all time. Rockstar hasn't revealed anything official apart from that it is in development, but still, that doesn't stop it from trending every other week. And even though Rockstar hasn't revealed anything official, we still know a lot about it. And in this video, we are going to be going through everything. But before we do get into the video, if you're looking to buy any in-game currencies, whether that be for Red Dead Online or GTA Online, then make sure that you do head over to MMOGA. Over there, you can get yourself cheap in-game currencies or even discounted game codes. I use them all the time for both GTA Online, plus I also use it for FIFA. You can save yourself a lot of money, or you can buy twice as much as what you would normally for the exact same price. So if you're interested, link can be found in the description down below. Now it's time to get back into the video. Now, as already discussed, Rockstar hasn't confirmed any official information. They haven't pushed a reveal trailer. In fact, most of the time people are anticipating that a reveal trailer will be coming soon. But with that said, they have confirmed that it is in development, and there has also been a few situations which is entirely out of their control. And I'm talking about there being a number of leaks. But before we go into all of that, let's just go back to the beginning. In February of 2022, Rockstar Games confirmed that GTA 6 was in development. They said, "Many of you have been asking about the new entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. With every new project, our goal is always to significantly move beyond what we've previously delivered. We're pleased to confirm that active development for the next entry in the series is underway. We look forward to sharing more as soon as we are ready. So please stay tuned to the Rockstar Newswire for official details. On behalf of the entire team, we thank you for your support and cannot wait to step into the future with you." This came as a surprise to many people, but this also wasn't the first time in which Rockstar revealed it. There was an article published by Jason Schreier on Kotaku back in 2020. It was titled 18 months after Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar has made big cultural changes. And this was actually to highlight the change in working conditions after the crunch time with the release of Red Dead Redemption 2. But within here, they do mention that the next series within the franchise is Grand Theft Auto 6. And they hope that once they get closer to the release, they won't have to endure crunch time again. And this is actually where we first started to get an insight into development, as well as how GTA 6 was going to be laid out. Because unlike what we've seen in previous years, and not just from GTA, but other Rockstar titles where they go above and beyond for the release, they do some amazing work in game development. But with GTA 6, and they state within here to help go against crunch time, so employees are not stressed trying to reach deadlines just before the release. And that's for GTA 6, it's actually going to start out as a moderately sized release. And then as time goes on, they're going to expand it with regular updates, which would hopefully help mitigate stress and crunch right at the beginning. This is what started the idea that there will be a core world map on the release of GTA, but as time goes on, they'll expand by adding new areas. And then others link this to an experiment in which Rockstar made with the Cayo Perico heist. The Cayo Perico heist was released later that year on December the 15th, 2020, which added a completely new area which was not connected to the original GTA 5 world. Many linked this to say that this was a test that would show how GTA 6 could potentially work, and with the popularity of the Cayo Perico heist, we could say that it was very successful. Now, with that said, this is what's come from Rockstar themselves with a bit of speculation. From this point onwards, it's mainly looking at leaks, but we can back those leaks up because Rockstar ended up confirming that they were real. Back in September of 2022, Rockstar had a data breach. The hacker managed to obtain early release footage of GTA 6. Now, still work in progress, but what it revealed was a lot. There was hours of footage which was published to various forums, and for many people, they didn't believe it to be true. It wasn't until notable figures started asking Rockstar employees, and they were devastated. Rockstar themselves, as well as Take-Two, later confirmed that this was real. Now, we don't know when this recorded footage actually took place. It wasn't the day of the hack, and many speculate that it was years prior, but it does give a good insight of what type of gameplay mechanics that Rockstar were working on. So firstly, let's talk about the map. We know that GTA 6 is going to be set within Vice City. The map is designed as an exact replica of Miami. This of course will be the fictional version of the city and its suburbs. Now of course, we have seen Vice City before in the GTA series within GTA Vice City. I know, who would have guessed it? But this version will of course have many more details. And linking back to that original announcement from the 18 months later article, it will also be a lot bigger, with there also being a chance that it'll be expanded upon within the future. Next up, we need to talk about characters, and yes, that is plural because there will be 2 main playable characters, similar to what we have with GTA 5 where you can switch between 3, being Michael, Trevor and Franklin. This time though, the protagonists will be called Jason and Lucia. Their story is heavily influenced by the Great Depression era bank robbing couple Bonnie and Clyde. Now, as part of these leaks, we don't know the backstory here. We don't know how these 2 characters know each other. We don't know their connection. We don't know anything. We just know their names because it was referenced within the code and within the gameplay leaks that were revealed. And we know that these are going to be the characters because it does show that you're able to actively switch between them, just like what you can do within GTA 5. The next big talking point, let's look at the UI. UI is always going to be big with any type of game. It's what shows you exactly what to do and when. But unfortunately, even though it is shown within all the leaked footage, we can't actually use any of it. We cannot say that this is exactly how it's going to be laid out. For a lot of the gameplay mechanics, especially the core gameplay mechanics, we know that they're most likely going to be within the final version, although going to be at a much higher polished standard. But with UI, it is constantly changing. Some people in other videos have highlighted that there's certain elements which are completely new to the game and could link to new gameplay mechanics that we've never seen before. But considering that the leaked recorded footage was revealed at a point where they haven't started polishing up the different UI elements, it's hard to say whether or not that will be within the final game. Many are expecting a more realistic factor to be part of GTA 6. Bear in mind that you are holding many weapons at a single moment, whereas with Red Dead Redemption 2 they made it so that you're holding a very limited amount of weapons and you actually need to go and use your horse to store weapons. Many are expecting this to link into GTA 6, which means once you actually go into the UI elements, especially when selecting the different types of items as well as weapons, you will have a limited choice unless you're in a vehicle. But as much as I've tried to research on this, I've only seen that this being a theory or people hoping that that's the case rather than this being linked to any of the leaked content. With all the leaked footage that was available, there is still a lot of things, with there being music, soundtracks, different types of weapons, different types of ammo being used, as well as various other dynamic events and free roam activities. All of this is a part of that recorded footage, but it does come down to whether or not Rockstar decides to keep that in the final build. Many people don't know this, but with game development, it goes through an iteration cycle. It means you implement something that you think could be good, you test it out, and depending on feedback, really depends whether or not you're going to keep it in the game to keep on building and try to improve on, or whether or not you're going to take it out. This is a process that happens for years, and even when you get to the final moment just before the release, there's times in which they still decide to remove things. You can even look at Red Dead Redemption 2, where the reveal trailers just a year or two before the release showed Arthur Morgan being in New Austin, with there also being a lot of code snippets which reference Arthur Morgan being in New Austin. But at no point within the game do you travel over there with Arthur. There is no content available for you. But if you do somehow manage to glitch over there, you'll notice that within your journal, the drawings that Arthur make are completely different to what John makes later in the game. So it was available there. It was just at that final moment, for the better of the game, Rockstar decided that, hey, we don't need this anymore. We're going to remove it. And if that can happen for a main story element, it also shows that it could happen to any of the gameplay mechanics, as well as all of the other various leaked items, with there being radio station, different types of weapons, different types of vehicles, story missions, any type of dynamic events, free roam events, collectibles, you name it. It's all up for changing by the time GTA 6 is actually released. The final thing that I want to talk about for this video is the GTA 6 currency, and not because it's anything special, but because it's just funny. There have been reports that GTA 6 is going to include cryptocurrency and it's going to pay players for completing missions. This is not true. The original leak for this was back in June of 2021 and it came from Tom Henderson. Tom Henderson being a notable figure when it comes to leaking games way before that they've actually been announced or even released. He put out a tweet on the 3rd of June 2021 saying this: "I heard recently that in GTA 6 some missions will reward you in Bitcoin instead of cash for completing some missions." Now, just so that we're clear, at this point, no one knows. But one thing that we do know for certain is that what Tom is actually mentioning here is instead of you going into GTA, completing a mission and you being paid in cash, you would be paid with an in-game currency of Bitcoin. Not real Bitcoin of you getting a digital currency where you can go and move it over to an exchange, being Binance, Coinbase, or whatever it is, ready for you to take it out for real money. We're talking about this being an in-game currency called Bitcoin. But that didn't stop many news articles taking this in the complete other direction, saying that GTA 6 will be play to earn, where you complete missions and you will be rewarded within Bitcoin. Now, there's still a chance that none of this is actually true and that the actual in-game currency is still dollars. But I thought it would be funny to share the story because, well, people really did take this the wrong way, and it just goes to show how a very simple and small leak, or even rumor at this point, can be spread to be something a lot bigger. We see this a lot within GTA 6 just because there are so many people wanting this game. Player anticipation has gone to an all-time high, and every other week it's trending, and sometimes it's trending over what is next to nothing. As things currently stand, this is what we know about GTA 6, but we're still waiting for an official reveal. Hopefully it will happen at some point within 2023, but with that, we just need to wait and see. Now, if you're more interested in actually knowing a bit more about a game that you can actually play, then I highly recommend clicking our next video. Our next video is the ultimate beginner's guide to success within GTA Online. This has been updated for 2023 so that you can get the very best start. If you do want to see that, then I highly recommend clicking that video and I'll be over there to guide you through everything step by step.